Hey! So you might notice that I am barren and devoid of any products. That's because this video I'm going to do a makeup tutorial on how I get passably feminine makeup. So I'm going to be running through my very quick routine, which only uses 3 products and only takes me like a couple of minutes to do. Now, I have used a lot of other makeup and have tried more complicated routines, but this is what I found worked the best because of one simple rule, which is less is more. If you want to pass as female, that rule will help you a lot because it'll help you to not stand out. So step 1 in my routine is this color corrector, which is used to help cover up facial hair, which if you have very pale skin like me and very dark hair, that can be a problem. So you start by using this to just go all over the area where you have any facial hair. First, you're just going to apply the color corrector all around your face in kind of the general area. Next, you're going to get a brush and start blending it out a little more to cover it a bit more evenly. So I just focus the color corrector on only the area where I have facial hair, which isn't over my whole face because I've had a lot of mine removed, which might be a great idea for a video later. So if anyone wants to see that, leave me a comment and I could maybe make a video about that. So then you're going to wait for a while for it to dry out and kind of set in. That way you can put the foundation on without it blending into this disgusting orange color. Another thing to mention is that a good place to start before you even get into makeup, if you haven't done any of this and don't have any experience with this stuff, is to start with a good skincare routine, which I'm kind of a hypocrite for saying because I have no skincare routine. I'm just lucky to have pretty good complexion with my skin. But if you don't, having good skincare can give you that extra little bit to give you like a feminine look to yourself, because we kind of associate good skin with femininity, which is weird in and of itself, but that's how it is. Once the color corrector dries out a bit and you've given it like 5-10 minutes or something, I take a foundation like this and just kind of spread it all around. I don't really have any rhyme or reason for how I apply it. I just take little blotches of the cream on my finger and then just put it around my face without any real target besides like around the general area where the color corrector is. Once I feel like I have enough, I get the brush and I start patting it out on the face a little evenly. It's important to pat instead of rub because if you rub it in, it's more likely to mix with the orange and give you that orangish skin tone. I don't really do a whole lot for like my forehead or around my eyes or nose. I just kind of take the brush and whatever's left over on it at that point and rub it on those areas. I have bangs and I have glasses which cover a lot of that area. And for that same reason, I also don't touch my eyebrows at all. If you don't have glasses or bangs, then you might need to do something with that. And we're done. This is pretty passable makeup as far as I'm concerned. Also, the thing about makeup is that you're not trying to make it perfect. You're trying to make yourself look good. That's really the only goal. You're not going to get it perfect. You might not make it look exactly like what you're going for. What you want to focus on is you play up the good things on your face that you like, and you try to downplay the things that you don't like. But also in that same vein, that's why I have bangs, because it covers my forehead and my eyebrows, which I don't like that much. And a lot of times I'll do my makeup with just the foundation, no color corrector, nothing else. And I'll just go out like that if I'm feeling especially lazy. And I seem to be moderately passable that way. Most of the time, however, I go through this whole thing with the color corrector and the foundation. And then I put on some of this eyeliner. Eyeliner is one of the things that's going to be a lot more difficult to do because it requires a lot more dexterity with your hand to like get the right shape that you want. As with everything with makeup, and this is a rule that you should always keep in mind, which is to practice, practice, practice. You'll only get better at it the more that you do it. And I sucked at eyeliner when I started, but now I can pretty reliably do it without any issues. And you don't really need to do eyeliner, nor do you need to do it as intensely as I like to do it. But in all the things that I've tried with makeup, it's from something that I really liked how it looked on me, so I've continued to do it. Now, I don't even know how I'm gonna film this because whenever I put on eyeliner, I'm usually about this far away from the mirror because I need to take off my glasses and I'm blind without them. And also I rest my hand against the mirror to do it. So I'm going to try to point the camera at the mirror and do it through there. So hopefully this looks good. So when you're putting on eyeliner, what I do is I kind of just follow the upper eyelid with the pen. And once I get to the edge on the outside of my face, I'll kind of curve it upwards along with the line of my bottom eyelid without actually putting it anywhere on the bottom eyelid. Make that go go up like almost to my eyebrow, and then when I stop there, I kind of try to make a straight line connecting like the top of my eyelid with the end of that wing. So then I'm done, and that's all the makeup that I do. Eyeliner, I don't have that much advice to give on it because I never really learned much, and I tried watching lots of guides for it when I first started, but what I ended up doing was just putting it on over and over until I got it to look like something that looked good for my face. Because what you'll learn with makeup is that there's no predefined perfect way to do it. It's all what looks good on your face. So everyone has a different eye shape, a different shape that the eyeliner will look good on that eye. So just keep practicing and you'll find something that looks good for your face. But yeah, that's all my makeup done, and this is what I wear just about every day. I also have some eyeshadow and lipstick and blush and contour, but I never really use that stuff because I've always found like it just feels like a bit much. I'll occasionally use lipstick, or I have one type of lipstick that's like that I like. It's close to just a natural color. It's just a little bit more like pinkish than my normal lips, so it kind of just makes them pop a little bit more, but I rarely do that. And then contour is something that a lot of people say is like a must for feminizing makeup. Basically the theory behind it is that you have a darker shade and a lighter shade to go over your foundation. The lighter shade is where you want to draw attention, and the darker shade is where you want to take attention away from, because what it's doing is it's creating artificial depth where the darker shades are creating like a shadow and the lighter shades are creating something that looks like it's coming out of your face. Usually you could use that to kind of like put the darker shades on your jawline to make it look less square and a little more rounded, and the lighter shades on like your cheeks to make your cheeks look like they're a bit like bigger. But every time I've tried to do that, I found that either I just look weird or it just doesn't make any difference at all. So I just quit doing it and thought that I liked how I looked a lot better with just like this minimalist look. And the same thing with like blush and eyeshadow. Like I could put it on, and with blush usually you there are a few different methods to do it. Some is like you draw like a C shape kind of like around your eye and your cheek, and some is you do like kind of like a straight line that goes across your nose and everything. Whenever I try to do that, I feel like it just looks like too much on my face. Eyeshadow, the kind of theory is you have like 3 different shades of it. You have a lighter shade towards your nose, a middle shade straight above your eye, and then a darker shade over like by the wings of your eyeliner. Eyeshadow is the one where I feel like if I'm going for a particular look, I might wear it, but again, I feel like it looks like too much on my face, so I kind of avoid it. So that's my whole makeup routine. If there's anything I missed, or you want to do like more in-depth makeup, I'm trying to do like a more serious look with using more stuff like the eyeshadow and blush and lipstick and stuff, let me know in the comments. Also let me know if there's any other videos you want me to make. I have a few more plans of videos, such as I wanted to do a fashion tutorial video, which I'm pretty excited about. So if you want to see those, make sure to subscribe. And also, of course, give the video a like, and also hit the bell so that you get notifications about any future videos that I make. Also, while you're at it, I'll put a link here to some of the other videos that I did, and also check out my other channel where I'm starting to do music things. But that's my whole makeup tutorial, and that's me. Bye!